Hey there, history buffs. Have you ever heard of a war so ridiculous, so utterly bizarre, that you'd think it's straight out of a comedy sketch? Well, grab your popcorn because today, I'm diving into the Great Emu War of 1932. Yes, you heard that right. Australia went to war with birds. And here's the kicker, they lost. Now picture this, it's the early 1930s. The Great Depression is in full swing and Australian farmers are just trying to make ends meet. Enter the emus, tall, feathery and hungry. These flightless birds decide that the newly cultivated wheat fields are an all-you-can-eat buffet. Thousands of emus migrate to the farmland and suddenly, the farmers have a massive, feathery problem on their hands. Desperate, the farmers turn to the government for help. And the government, in all its wisdom, decides to send in the big guns, literally. They dispatch soldiers armed with Lewis machine guns, and Major G.P.W. Meredith takes the lead. Imagine going to war, not against another country, but against birds. The first battle kicks off in November 1932, and it's an absolute mess. The emus, proving they're no bird brains, scatter and run at the sound of gunfire. The soldiers manage to kill a dozen emus, out of thousands. Not exactly a military success. Undeterred, they try again and again and again. One attempt involves mounting a machine gun on a truck to chase the emus. But the terrain is rough, and the truck can't keep up. The emus, being the sprinters they are, easily outrun the soldiers. It's like a scene out of a slapstick comedy. The Great Emu War drags on for weeks. The soldiers fire about 2,500 rounds of ammunition. And the emus, well, they just keep on coming. By the end of it all, only around 1,000 emus are killed. Many more are wounded, but the emu population remains largely unaffected. Major Meredith later quips, "If we had a military division with the bullet-carrying capacity of these birds, it would face any army in the world." Talk about respect for your enemy. Eventually, the government calls off the campaign. The emus have won. They outsmarted and outran the Australian army. The farmers are left to fend for themselves, and the emus continue to feast on their crops. So there you have it, the Great Emu War of 1932. A tale of man versus nature, where nature had the last laugh. It's a quirky chapter in history that reminds us just how unpredictable the world can be. If you enjoyed this bizarre trip down history lane, don't forget to like and subscribe. And maybe next time we'll dive into another crazy historical event. Until then, keep those feathers unruffled.